I ask for eyes that see, ears that hear, and a heart full of understanding. I thank you for the messages that come through and ask that they be delivered to those that need them. Thank you. Okay, today's pick a card is about moving forward, messages, advice on that, maybe how to, maybe specific things that you're going through or that you aren't aware that your heart is going through, maybe. Anyway, we will see. I'm going to be using Wisdom of Hafiz cards for you to pick for your choices. So, oh, my hand is on it. I can feel there. And, merp. Can I grab them? Okay. All right. What have we got for our choices here? We've got relax. Looks like a big, large moon happening. Number is 11. We've got number 25, study to know yourself. And number 39, create silence. Such beautiful cards. Anyway, so go ahead and pick your pile and I will see you there. Thanks. Okay, pile number 1, relax. Interesting card. Let's see what your message is about moving forward. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Ascension and grief. Interesting. Let's do this. Put these like that. And we have, oh, I'm gonna mess this pronunciation up. Okay. Dahichi's magnanimity. Okay. There we go. There was that. I will have to, I very, very rarely use this deck. I think I've used it once. So I will have to read. They're very specific stories. The deck is called Wisdom from the Epics of Hind. Sorry. I wanted to say Hindi, but it's Hind. So I feel a little all over the place, guys. I don't think that's me. I think that might be the energy of this group. Maybe that's why I need to relax. Okay. All right. Let's dive into this. We have grief. What is that? That's the loss of something, right? We have sorrow when we've lost something. Doesn't mean the death of a loved one. It could be, but it's sorrow. And I am not belittling or diminishing the extent of what you feel with this. I'm just trying to define it quickly. I do think that the ascension has to do with rising above this sorrow. Doesn't mean to ignore it by any means, just the continuing to function. The gratitude. How do you have gratitude within grief, right? How do you, perhaps it is gratitude that will make you rise above that frequency of the grief. Let me go ahead and look at this story and I will come back to you guys. Okay, so I'm going to summarize really quick. This guy was blessed with bones as hard as diamonds, and there was some kind of creature that had to be fought because it was causing suffering in the world. And so someone needed to use his bones as the weapon to fight this creature, and he willingly gave. Even though there had been some issues between him and this person in the past, he still willingly gave. And so what the book is saying is that there's several messages, and here they are. Only the abundant can give with joy. You are truly blessed to be so abundant. The universe remembers the good you have done, even if you don't. And also, receive with open arms, give with a full heart. I connect this with gratitude. How do you feel when you're able to give? How do you feel? How does it make you feel? Are you grateful that you're giving? That you're able to be of service? When someone needs help, do you automatically just jump to it? You've got this. Is it something you have to think about? So I do feel like gratitude is a huge portion of your guys' way of moving forward. Perhaps it is actual service. Maybe you can help clean someone's house. Maybe you can offer a sandwich to someone that's hungry. Maybe you can make dinner for your family, whatever it is. You can also just be grateful for the things that have happened in your life. If you're able to look back at this sorrowful time and know that it will in some way do your life good. Oftentimes we can take the hardest of situations, and even though suffering happens, and even though they're god awful and they just suck, after we have gone through the process of it, after we have done some healing, we can look back and say, this is how this affected me. I know myself better now. I am stronger now. I have healed. I can help others heal in the same area. And this is the good that can come of it. Not because of it, but of it, from it, because we have the power to do that, to see some good from it. So what is it you're grateful for within the story of your grief? What can it do for you? How can you transform it? Yeah. And then I am going to bring this down and mention that this guy just looks like he is chilling out, right? Doing some meditation. He's relaxed. There's skulls. Interesting, guys. You've got 2 skulls in your reading. Bones. But anyway, how can you relax amidst the turmoil that is going on in your life? There's got to be a way that you can find moments of peace. I know we can get busy. We can get full of the noise that life has. What can you do? How can you take some time for yourself, even if it's 5 minutes before you go to sleep? I actually like to do a coloring app, and I didn't realize this because I turn off the sounds and the music with all my apps like immediately. But I found out because I decided to check it out one time. I love it with the music. It's like this lullaby at night. That as I, color in, tap on the numbers and color them, this music is playing, and it just so much more calming. It's great. So yeah, so two things for you for your way of moving forward. How can you be grateful even within this grief? What is this grief doing for you? How is it teaching you? And how are you able to find times of peace and relaxation? Yep. Okay, guys, I hope that that's helpful for you. I hope that you have people that see you and understand you and love you and that you're able to talk with, especially in your grief. All right, much love, guys. Bye. Okay, pile number 2, study to know yourself. We have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Interesting, I kind of just talked about that in pile 1. We have winter and patience. And we have Yama's justice. So these are from a deck that really, they have stories. It's wisdom from the epics of Hind. And I don't know if it's Hind or Hind. I don't know, because I think Hindi, but like, I'll be honest with you, I don't actually know. But I will read up on this because I rarely use this deck. And we will see. But so far, what I am getting... I am seeing... Well, I don't... Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. I am seeing a library. This even reminds me of a library, and I can't tell you why. I don't know. I'm getting library. Obviously the book thing here, study to know yourself, adversity, maybe somehow my brain is going university. But I am getting library. I'm also getting winter time, cuddled up with a good book. Even got a fire going here. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of time. It takes time. Patience, study takes time. Winter is a time. Patience takes time. So part of this for you might just be about it being the right timing, allowing things to take their place, have their time. What challenge is happening in your life? You know, everything that occurs, right? It's takes its process, its time to go through. What challenges are occurring for you that you can learn from? How can you learn from them? Can you have patience with yourself and others during this time of winter? During this time of hunkering down, during this time of gloom. And now I'm getting a lighting of the fire, a spark, a passion. But I need to read up on this, so give me one sec. Okay, so the basic story, very basic, is that Yama is the god of death. And Yama chooses whether a soul goes to heaven or to hell. Hell is not a place of so much condemnation, but rather reformation. Yes, there's a punishment for sins kind of thing, but it's more about learning the lesson. Yama then decides, hey, you can go spend some time in heaven. You can go spend some time back on Earth. That's the basis of this one. The messages that it's trying to come across. Sorry, for some reason I thought I just lost my mic. It's right there. The message that it says is your life on Earth is a blessing meant for you to enjoy through the expression of love, duty, kindness, and honor. And it also says the soul does not know death; it lives on eternally. It does give you some questions, which I thought might be pertinent to this because of the idea of the winter time, the gloom, and having patience. So here are the 3 questions that it offers. Do you feel like you are doing something wrong with your life? Do you sometimes feel you are doomed? Do you feel you'll be punished for your past? As long as you feel that you can move these questions in a direction of helpfulness to yourself, then it's good. If you feel stuck and you truly have been stuck for a long time, there is such a thing, we all know there's such a thing as mental health. There's depression. It's okay to get help. Whatever that help might be, you can try counseling, you can try getting more exercise, getting fresh air, going out in the woods. You can also get medication. This is your life to live. You do what you think you should. So I just wanted to mention that just to get us over that hump. I think you are self-aware, or I think you like to consider yourself self-aware. And in doing so, because we grow and we change, you have to constantly relearn yourself. And this goes for everyone else as well. We need to allow change in each other. And that can be hard to do. I'm speaking personally here. It's really hard to do because I like people to be, you said you were this way, and then that's the way they are. Which is not how things go, because people change their minds and change their feelings. And but yeah, I'm getting specific message just for a few of you, a college type thing. There is some kind of, the way to move forward is college, is schooling. Let me put that, education. It's not for everybody. The other way is to allow for grace, is to allow for time period to happen. Maybe don't be in such a rush is a good way of putting it. Yeah. That's that patience deal. For some of you that deal with the mental health aspect, I'm being revisited towards that. Wow, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. That came out weird, sorry. It's coming back about the cuddled up in a corner with a fire and a good book. Comfort. That's seeking comfort. And if you're having some mental health time, let that go and go ahead and get your comfort on. Get yourself some dark chocolate and a glass of wine and watch a good movie and do your thing. Eat some popcorn. Something in popcorn is supposed to make you happy. I can't remember what the chemical is, but there's something in that. Get your comfort. Take care of yourself. And then there is the study to know yourself, right? It's the card you picked. Why is it you're feeling these ways? What's it based in? What's it coming from? Okay. Is that it? Do we have anything? Nope. Okay, that's it. All right, guys. I wish you the best. I hope that you feel loved and seen and understood, and yep. Much love to you guys. Bye. Okay, pile 3 with Create Silence. Really beautiful card. Oh, that wasn't meant to be there. It was on top of a deck sitting there and I picked up accidentally. Should we check it out? Okay. All right. We'll check it out. Okay, first card is Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. We've got Passion and Creation. Interesting. I'm going to do it like that. Look at all this orangey red going so far. And Anusia's Virtue. So sorry about my pronunciation. So this is from a deck that is basically stories, myths, and I will have to look into it because I've barely ever used it. And your surprise card that popped up is Retreat. Interesting. Okay. All right. This is a very interesting combination. There's so much moon energy here. I think of emotions, I think of metaphysics, spirituality. We've got creation, create. What I'm trying to grab is how these things relate to guilt. Because, you know, I don't know your exact situation. I am going to go ahead and read the book on this one really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so this helps a bit. I will give you, there's 2 messages that the book mentions, and one is, innocence lost can be regained. It's time to walk the virtuous path. And the other is, you are destined for great things as long as you remain honest with yourself. So the story is that these 3 babies are gods, but they weren't in baby form. The wives of these gods were jealous of this woman because she was so, I'll give you the words they used, pious, miraculous, and virtuous. So they were very jealous of her, and so they sent their husbands to try and tempt her and make her basically lose her morals. And she devised a way, created a way to actually fulfill their demands. They demanded that she serve them food in the nude. And so she agreed, but she turned them into babies first by using magical water. So she was able to fulfill their demands and remain virtuous. Very, very cunning, very creative. There is I have an edge. There's an edge to this energy that I'm getting that I am relating guilt to being virtuous, which is weird. I'll admit it, it's weird. But I'm getting this energy of like, and retreat came in as well. It's like, oh, I don't know how to say it without it sounding, but that's part of the issue with the guilt. Okay, I'll just put it out there. I'm so virtuous, but if I say anything, I feel wrong about it. Let me retreat. So I mean, obviously retreat can be a good thing and kind of a bad thing. In this case, it's just reaction to maybe you were told most of your life not to think better of yourself. I don't know. That's the energy I'm getting at the moment. But we want to focus on ways to move forward. Okay. Okay. We're not focusing so much on actual guilt. We're focusing more on soul's growth. You don't have to hold on to things that aren't working for you anymore. Just because you used to believe something doesn't mean you still have to. Things change. That was a part of group 2, file 2. We change. We don't stay the same. This is good. We're supposed to grow and change. I'm getting major retreat vibes now of like where you go to like silent retreats and you do a lot of manifestation and that kind of stuff. And I'm getting this, and I'm getting it as, oh, okay, it just split into 2 different directions. Some of you, it's just yourself. It's just you. Others, it's a group thing. Now we can say the same thing. Give yourself this time, right? You do it for you and the group that does it with others. You don't have to go to something where you pay money to go and do this. You can have your own little weekend or even a day or even 3 hours, whatever, where you have silence. It doesn't have to be complete silence, but silence from all the noise, all the busy, all the distraction of life, and where you do what's you're passionate about, your creative senses. Is it cooking? Is it painting? Is it, I know it's not silence, but maybe you take turns reading a book together. You take turns reading out loud to each other. What else could, I mean, I just, those are the things that came off the top of my head, but what are you passionate about? Look how it keeps moving. I'm just touching it and it slides. Anyway, okay, I'm also being encouraged to tell you to tap into this energy, the creative energy, passion. What is that? Solar plexus, sacral. As far as chakras go, please don't quote me on that. I'm not, my brain sometimes is not with it, and today is one of those days. But anyway, you can tap into that energy and use it to guide you with whatever you're being creative with. Or maybe even give you answers as to what direction to take. I also want to mention that this feels very much solid. Like it's a solid energy. It's a, I've got this. It's okay. We're good. I've got this. Yeah. I actually think I'm envisioning, I keep seeing you sitting with it. You take your moment, you sit down and you go, I've got this. you breathe, and then you go for it. I think that's your way of moving forward. Releasing what does not work for you. Let it go. And then using your creativity and your passion. And one of those ways is by having a retreat. And that's a very cunning way, creative way to do this. I'm so sorry, by the way, if you hear the beeping. I am diabetic and my insulin pump is beeping at me. I hope you didn't hear that. Anyway, I do believe that is the end of this. I hope you feel seen and heard. I hope you feel loved. And I hope that this next week goes well for you. All right, much love, guys.